Imagine this. The concert is over, the stage lights go out, the cheers fade into the night, but the camera doesn't stop rolling. Instead, it captures something no one was supposed to see. Two top idols. No managers. No entourage. Just the two of them. On Jikook Lover, today we're uncovering a moment that left fans around the world frozen and asking questions that still don't have answers. So before we continue, hit like right now, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss a single hidden detail. Because this footage is real, the timing is suspicious, and the question remains, why were Jungkook and Mingyu alone together after the concert? There is an unspoken rule in global entertainment. When the stage lights go out, the story is supposed to end. But on one unforgettable night, that rule quietly collapsed. The concert had finished flawlessly. The crowd was still buzzing. Headlines were already being written about the performance itself. And yet, somewhere beyond the spotlight, a brief and unexpected moment began to rewrite the narrative. At first, almost no one noticed. Among thousands of fan cams, blurry uploads, and chaotic backstage clips, one short video looked painfully ordinary. Dim lighting, a quiet corridor, no dramatic music, no screaming fans. But something about it made people stop scrolling. It felt too calm, too private, too real to ignore. The concert itself was monumental. Jungkook commanded the stage with precision and emotion, while Mingyu carried a steady, magnetic presence that never wavered. On stage, they were the definition of polished idols, fully aware of every camera, every angle, every second. Off stage, however, the rules seemed to change. In the K-pop industry, post-concert routines are almost military-like. Artists leave with managers, staff, security, and tightly controlled schedules. Every step is planned. That's why what happened next felt so unsettling. Jungkook and Mingyu were seen walking together without a visible entourage, without urgency, without the usual protective barrier between idols and the outside world. It wasn't loud. It wasn't obvious. And that was exactly the problem. What made this moment explode wasn't what was clearly visible, but what wasn't. There was no forced smile for the camera, no acknowledgement of fans, no performative gestures. Jungkook walked with a relaxed pace, shoulders slightly forward as if lost in thought. Mingyu stayed beside him, posture calm and composed, subtly maintaining their shared space. They were close, but not intentionally so. And somehow, that closeness spoke louder than any staged interaction ever could. Within hours, the clip spread across platforms. Fans slowed it down frame by frame. They analyzed body language, eye direction, timing, and location. Some cross-referenced the exact minute with the concert schedule. Others recalled past interactions that once seemed insignificant, brief glances at award shows, fleeting moments backstage, coincidences that had never fully disappeared from memory. And then came the silence. No immediate clarification. No casual denial. No lighthearted comment to brush it off. In the world of fandom, silence is never empty. Silence invites interpretation. And interpretation quickly becomes obsession. Some fans urged caution. They argued it was just logistics, a shared exit, a coincidence created by overlapping schedules. But those explanations began to feel fragile as more detail surfaced. The timing was too precise. The exit route was unusual. The location was not a typical public area where idols expect to be filmed. This wasn't random. It was accidental, but meaningful. International media slowly picked up the story, initially with careful wording. A brief post-concert moment, a quiet sighting, but headlines evolved rapidly. Words like "caught on camera," "alone together," and "after the concert" took over. Articles never confirmed anything outright, but they didn't need to. The mystery itself was enough. Fan reactions quickly divided. Some felt the moment was deeply personal, something the public had no right to dissect. Others believed that being a public figure comes with unavoidable exposure. Between those two sides, debates grew louder, timelines flooded, and one question refused to disappear. If this was nothing, why did it feel so different? Jungkook is known for being extremely aware of his image. Mingyu, too, is recognized for professionalism and discipline. Seeing them so unguarded in a moment that usually avoids cameras shifted public perception. Was this trust? familiarity, or something that had simply never been caught before. Longtime fans began revisiting old memories, not viral clips but subtle ones. Shared spaces, comfortable silences, interactions that never felt forced. Those fragments, once overlooked, were now being reassembled into a narrative that felt bigger than a single video. Meanwhile, agencies remained silent. No confirmation, no denial. In an industry where rumors are often shut down instantly, this lack of response felt intentional, as if everyone was waiting or choosing not to speak. And that's where the story truly deepens. Because when there is no official explanation, the public fills the gaps. Every second of footage gains meaning. Every movement becomes symbolic. And in the middle of it all, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. That short moment after the concert changed how people see what happens when the spotlight fades. Was it just a misunderstood friendship? A coincidence magnified by fandom culture? Or a tiny glimpse into a story far bigger, one that has quietly existed behind packed schedules and blinding stage lights? As the conversation intensified online, something else began to happen. Something quieter, but far more telling. Fans started noticing patterns not in the video itself, but in the hours and days that followed. Small changes, subtle shifts, the kind that only the most attentive observers would ever catch. Jungkook's public appearances remained flawless, yet some fans swore his energy felt different. More inward, more guarded. Mingyu, on the other hand, appeared unusually calm, almost unaffected, as if he had already accepted whatever narrative the world was about to build. Theories multiplied at an alarming speed. Some suggested this moment was the result of a long-standing bond between two idols who had grown close through years of overlapping schedules and shared industry pressures. Others pushed back, insisting that proximity does not equal intimacy, and that fans were projecting meaning onto silence. But even those voices hesitated, because deep down, many admitted there was something about that footage that didn't feel staged, didn't feel accidental, and certainly didn't feel empty. What made the speculation even more intense was the absence of familiar distractions. No new scandals emerged to pull attention away. No surprise announcements surfaced to redirect the narrative. The moment lingered, suspended in time, as if the industry itself had paused to see how far the story would travel on its own. And travel it did, crossing language barriers, fan bases, and platforms with ease. In private group chats and public forums alike, fans began asking more uncomfortable questions. How often do moments like this happen without anyone noticing? How much of what we see is carefully constructed, and how much slips through the cracks when no one is supposed to be watching? The Jungkook and Mingyu footage became less about two individuals and more about the illusion of control in celebrity culture. Some longtime fans recalled interviews where idols spoke about loneliness after concerts, about the strange silence that follows overwhelming noise. In that context, the image of two people walking together, quietly without spectacle, took on a different meaning. Not romantic, not scandalous, just human. And yet, humanity is often the most dangerous thing for an image built on perfection. Still, the unanswered question refused to settle. If this was simply a shared moment of rest, why did it feel so carefully hidden? Why did it only appear through a single angle, a single recording, a single leak into the public eye? And why, after all this time, had no one stepped forward to explain it away? Perhaps that's what keeps fans watching, replaying, and debating. Not the idea of a secret relationship, but the realization that even in an industry obsessed with visibility, there are still corners left unexplained. Moments that exist outside scripts and schedules. Moments that remind us idols are real people long after the applause fades. And so the story continues, not because of what was confirmed, but because of what remains unsaid. Because until someone breaks the silence, every interpretation feels possible, and every possibility feels personal.